Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you all for waiting. We had some things we had to take care of, but welcome back to the Stars, New York LAN. I'm here with my beautiful co-caster, Envy. We've actually never casted together before.
We've never
Yeah,
casted.
you kind of came in as I phased out a little bit,
Yeah.
and so I'm excited to, I guess, see how this goes.
Hell yeah, dude. This is
Yeah,
gonna be sick.
and what better than probably, so this is something that, I'm excited to color cast this because you're newer into the community, so you don't quite understand the full lore behind this game we're about to watch, but it's Winners Finals, placeholder Palafins, aka Sad Boys with Snake, versus Core Retroflow, which is just old Core Overflow with Leo, Leon, Elo, Heaven, and Streak. All the old heads know this roster, know these players. They came back and they're already in Winners Finals. So, I
Yeah.
mean, this is insane that they came back. So, just to put in perspective, like I said earlier, we were talking a little bit in the past, but it's basically what you'd expect from like a year and a half ago. Like this is what you'd expect these players to be a part of here. So already getting into this game, map ban wise.
Yeah, no, this will be perfect because, like you said, I'll admit it. I do not know things from a year ago,
Yeah,
and
that's why
I
I'm
need
here.
somebody who does
That's why I'm here.
right there. So this will be perfect. I could just talk about things that are happening, which is so basic and normal, and you'll just be like, "Wait, the lore behind that strike was actually 3 years ago and 2 months when Vaughn owned gold," and I'll be like, "Wow, that's sick, dude."
Yeah, maybe not that level, but we'll see. We'll see what comes up here. Map ban's already in here, already decided. We're gonna actually have some interesting ones. So Gates and Demon obviously kind of going off here. I don't think the old players want to play on Gates of Obscura. I don't think they've ever even played on that map. I'm gonna be honest with you. Atlas Lab, Oni Village, some old but oldie but goodie maps coming in clutch. Both teams are gonna be pretty comfortable on this. Wait,
I'm seeing two Onis.
yeah, I am seeing two
One's
Onis.
Tycho, right?
Uh, okay, Oni is
Oni
the
is
one
picked.
picked.
Tycho is banned.
So right there. That is Tycho Temple, not Oni Village.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Sorry, viewers. That's Tycho Temple. No Tycho today.
Oh, dude,
Can't say I'm upset about to hear that. I'm going to be honest. I hate that map.
this might be the most basic
Yeah, it's literally the big three.
pick.
It's the old
Yeah.
big three. It's Atlas Lab, Oni Village, Night Market. I
Yeah.
think that's on purpose, too. I think Vaughn and them, everyone did that on purpose. It's just, they're fighting fair here. They're fighting fair. This is what we literally would see on release.
Yeah, yeah. I talked to Vaughn a little bit as well about things like band picks and map stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, the big three kind of more gonna default to that kind of thing. Their team is just gonna be like, oh, we're gonna be playing on the neutral maps because we're just better." And we were talking about how like Gates of Obscura is really like kind of a new team map pick, and
Yeah.
it's really good to be good there.
Oh,
Oh,
we're wrong
Tycho's
again.
last pick then.
So apparently Tycho is not banned. It's the last pick. So it's not Night Market. But
Okay. No, I'm so happy.
yeah.
Thank you, Tycho, saving the game.
It is pick 3, so we don't even need to talk about it because we can worry about Atlas Lab, Oni Village, and mainly Atlas Lab is what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as you've probably seen a little bit this time, Vaughn on Atlas Lab, Vaughn's Lab for a reason. I mean, I'm excited. We might see a Luna pick here. We might see some crazy stuff. We
Yeah.
kind of do have a little bit of an insight on what's going to happen, but I'm not going to say anything. So we're
Okay.
gonna act like I don't know anything that's happening. I don't know any plans. I don't know what's going to be drafted, but I am very excited to see if the old folk, the old heads, core retro flow can actually, take a game off currently what everyone kind of thinks is the top team right now, right? So if they can, that'd be pretty sweet. But I'm also, if not, how are Sad Boys going to actually, take care of business? Because all these other teams, I mean, they made top 3, right? All these other teams have been losing to all the core overflow guys, right?
Yeah.
So they've gotten this far already. So it means that they've been playing well.
Absolutely been playing well. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to see a little bit of this Vaughn's lab here. I mean, okay, still to this moment, we have a 100% Luna win rate while I am casting. Kind of a little caveat there. So if Vaughn picks Luna, have big shoes to be filling right
That's
there.
true.
But
Yeah, it's
Luna
stressful.
has got to be the secret OP right now. Now I know how dumb that sounds, but it's just damage is
It's
so
good.
busted,
Yeah.
and she is the essence of damage, man. It's not fair.
The only problem is it's like it's one of those characters that you have to be really good on it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's why it's hard to call Luna OP. But when someone's really good on Luna and they have a good game or they get 1 or 2 good awakenings, it just feels like the game's over. So maybe we'll see it, maybe not. Palfin's banning the Kai actually, so going to be taking that away from Streak and Elo Heaven, kind of a flex pick there. And Retro banning the Amy from You Already Lose. Yeah, Caleb looking really good on the Amy so far. And then actually, so this is really interesting here. Estelle's getting picked up in Kai's band. I'm pretty sure Elo Heaven has only played those 2 characters this entire tournament.
Yeah, you think
He's
so?
only
Really?
played those 2 characters, and also this is a real deep cut here. Elo Heaven is not a midfielder. He's playing midfield because he can, but he's a brawler player. He's always been a brawler player.
Okay.
But in like old school, he was always a brawler player. But midfield, he plays mainly Kai and Estelle. I'm pretty sure like he might have some other stuff under the pocket that I don't know about, but I haven't seen him play in so long, and I feel like Kai and Estelle are his comfort. So Sad Boys take both those away, and actually, oh, he's gonna be on the Now. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Elo Heaven ever pick Now in his life, but I'm excited to see him play. And then Leo Leon on the Zen is always gonna be really good.
Now, I feel like Now is kind of an interesting character. I do think that you need a little bit of practice on Now to work that secondary.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, the placement is like ideal, and stepping on it when you need to is a little interesting. I'd say her primary is pretty easy to use though, but Lifeline, not just a healing ability, of course, gives you a lot of space to cover there. So I'm interested to see on how he performs on a character that we haven't seen today. And if you're right on the whole Kaya Stealth thing, that will be interesting to see this third character here.
Yeah, and normally, this is what I was kind of talking about here. The comfort kind of coming into play here as they go Now Zentaro, but I feel like most teams would go Vice Zen there, right? They go Vice Zen because Vice Zen, the two strongest damage characters in the game, probably the two strongest characters in the game in general right now. But Vice gets left down on a heavy impact start, and now it's going to be Estelle, Vice. I'm assuming it's going to be Vice midfield, Estelle goalie, because Youalreadylose does love Estelle goalie. And then Julie to finish kills. So they have a lot of damage here. The Drakkar Streak, I believe, is going to be playing the Drakkar here. Oh, wait, no. No, I think it's Drakkar midfield.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I think it's Drakkar midfield.
So?
Because Elo Heaven does play Drakkar. He does know how to play Drakkar. And I know Streak plays Now goalie. I think it's that. I think Streak's going to play Now goalie here, and he picks the Drakkar because Drakkar historically has been really, really good into Julie, because whenever Julie tries to kill you, you just shotgun him. Because shotgun interrupts the dash punch.
That's fair. Yeah. I have seen Drakkar goalie show up a lot more recently in the games that I have been watching in NASA and Nassel, but I feel like Drakkar midfield has definitely been left behind and has not really gotten any better. But
yeah, it sucks.
It
sucks.
If that's your guy.
They picked it because I think that's the only comfort left for Elo, and also it's good into Julie by itself. But it gets outranged by Estelle, it gets outranged by Vice, and it's a heavy impact start, and I think they're gonna just die.
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
They didn't pick up the Vice. That was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if they wanted to play it. I don't know if Streak likes it in the gold box. I know Elo Heaven literally doesn't play it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So really interesting plan from placeholder Palafins, aka Sad Boys. It's going to be hard to call them that, I'm going to be honest.
Does placeholder Palafins hold any weight, that name?
Well, I think that was their placeholder name, hence placeholder, and Palafin is a Pokemon.
Yeah.
So
do they like
Pokemon. Yeah, they like Pokemon. They're in the Pokemon draft league. So
okay, so this isn't lore. It's just
it's not lore. They just they like Pokemon, and they couldn't think of an actual name other than Sad Boys, so they're placeholder Palafins.
All right, placeholder, fine. I mean, Palafin's kind of sick. I mean, he is
cool.
He gets knocked out a little bit, and then he comes back 10 times stronger.
Yeah, but it's not lore accurate in this case because they haven't been knocked out at all by anyone.
They haven't been.
They're just at their weakest form right now, and so if someone knocks them out and they're going to get stronger, that's a little bit scary to think about.
Yeah, they have not been withdrawn yet.
Yeah. Oh, maybe if they win this, it's bad because then they never get their final form for grand finals.
But then if they win with a silly Palafin, it's like.
Oh, it's BM.
It's like, damn, we were That's just true. That much better. Yo, my bad for being too much better, dude.
Yeah.
Ah, shoot.
Hey, well, we'll be getting into game very shortly.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of stacks, though. I mean, we do have heavy impact. I mean, everyone on the blue team is like heavy impact lover.
I'm going to be honest. I think it's going to be the only person using stacks might be Now. I feel like everyone else is going to use heavy. Maybe Julie gets stacks, but I doubt it.
I feel like we're going to have Estelle. I feel like Julie. I honestly think that Julie's going to take at stacks, dude.
I don't know. I mean,
I think Julie takes stacks. I'm saying
kind of go over. I mean, she probably does. It just depends on what they want. If they think they're going to be killing people, I don't see Sad Boys not taking heavy impact. It's Vice obviously taking heavy impact. That's just what's happening.
Vice is taking heavy impact.
100%. So
Zen is taking heavy impact. I'm going to say Vice, Zen, heavy. Actually, if it's goalie Drakkar, actually even forward Drakkar is pretty good heavy impact.
I think it's heavy impact Drakkar. It's good. The cooldown's really good. You hit 2 people every time.
Yeah, it's easy.
Every time you shotgun.
I'll say those 3 characters then. We'll say Zen, Vice, and Drakkar, heavy impact.
I wouldn't be surprised if the entire Palafin's roster goes heavy impact. I'll tell you that. Because it is Atlas Lab. So, I mean, you can just kill your opponent.
You can.
You can just kill them.
You can kill them.
But who knows? Maybe with the Now being locked in, they don't really care that much. So
I don't have enough lore on Sad Boys as far as killing. Like, if this was Demon's Raw, I would say heavy impact across the board. All they do is love killing. Yeah.
I mean, it is Snake though.
It is Snake.
So we have 1/3 of Demon's Raw here.
Well, he gets a pass. He's Zentaro. It's cheating.
Yeah, I mean, well, Snake isn't even
not
the Zen
Zentaro.
here. Yeah,
Snake
isn't the Zen here. It's the Julie.
Right.
So this is interesting.
Oh man, I still want to say Julie Stacks. Stacks is so. If you're not dying, they didn't pick the Vice. That's kind of a big deal. I feel like they could live, and Stacks is kind of dummy. That thing
Stacks
is really
really
powerful.
good on melee characters if you can stack it.
Oh, here we go, dude.
But here we go. We will see as we're getting into the game right now. The drafts, for those just tuning in now, right above you, right there. Placeholder Palafins on the blue side, core Retro Flow on the red side.
Man, will we see the Drakkar midfield? Like, if they win
I really
with
do think it's
Drakkar
that.
midfield, I feel like it's crazy right now to go Drakkar midfield. I feel like this team is probably like, hey, like, I know this is your comfort. Like, it's all good. It's all your comfort. But really, Drakkar midfield, are you kidding me, dude?
I just have never seen Elo Heaven play now. I don't like now got released like way after Elo stopped playing.
Maybe
so
they were like, yo, it's easy. Just do it.
All right, we'll see for sure. Yep, I was right. All right, it's Drakkar midfield, ladies and gentlemen. I knew it. I had a sneaking suspicion, and it is Youalreadylose on the Estelle.
Okay,
just what I thought. They did flex it, so this is going to be a pretty exciting game. And
you are also
like,
right.
Yeah,
only Snake actually.
Yeah, so you were right as well, actually. Yeah,
that's
even now took heavy impact, which is really interesting. That goalie now took heavy impact, but
yeah, wow.
And already off the bat, Elo Heaven 1 HP has to go get orbs.
Yeah, and a lot of trouble there. Snake looking at half health right now here. They're actually going to maybe switch their sights to try to get a kill here. Man, you were definitely right on the streak now. We have seen it a little bit there. Yeah, switch their sights there. Actually nicely get a kill. Power play for the side here of core Retro Flow. Gonna see if they can get a nice bottom side push here with this power play.
Yeah, so one thing to note, right, is that we've been kind of talking about, like, you know, the Vice Estelle and how it's so strong. That is the strong part of this comp. But they do have a Juliet into Drakkar, which I said before. It's a little bit of an old school matchup, but it really sucks for Juliet. It's really awful. Elo Heaven is probably just going to be, like, kind of shadowing Snake the entire time. And then whenever Snake gets low, LeoLeon will come back and kill him, right? That's kind of their plan here. But if Snake can survive for a long time and, you know, manage to maneuver his way around the map, they should be in good sights here. Vaughn with the core flip, almost putting it in on the bottom side, but Elo Heaven actually going down. The Drakkar is going to be off the map. Leo and Streak have to hold it down, but they do have core flips coming up here, so it should be safe for now. But Snake, ooh, good strike, almost gets it back. Streak has to use core flip, and now we're kind of back to, no, Vaughn accidentally hits it back. I think Leo struck that into it, and we're kind of back to like a neutral state, but just with no barriers now.
Yeah, no barriers. Definitely a tough spot here. More for now than it is for Estelle. She's got a lot of range across the map here, keeping it out of Juliet's hands. What you want to be doing here. Snake, though, is going to try to grab it from Youalreadylose, but they're just going to get a topside push here, actually, from core Retro Flow. They're going to try to get it to the top side here, and they do get it topside past Vaughn, just not big enough to get that strike, and it's actually going to be core Retro Flow taking the first point in this set.
Yeah, that was a really good strike from Leo. Gets that top corner. Pretty much the only place that Vaughn couldn't reach, so a little bit of an oopsie. I mean, first point jitters, that's what I like to call that, so not going to matter too much, but this first set probably will matter a lot in terms of the Awakening draft, depending on what happens, and they're coming right back at you. Vaughn does not care at all that goal went in. Immediately comes in, takes out the Drakkar, takes a barrier, and now they're going to try to make advantage of this power play.
Yeah. A little earlier in the last set, we saw Vice. Actually, Vaughn was taking a whole lot of damage last set here, and I was thinking, wow, core Retro Flow really just doing a good job of coordinating their kills here, but now we're actually going to have Vaughn grab that power play, and it's going to result in two barriers, and oh man, the elusive, it's not going to be enough to help Streak there, and Snake's going to get that one. Honestly, placeholder Palafin's making good work. I feel like they could run circles around Juliet here, but that stacks is going to make it harder.
Yeah, I mean, the longer Snake survives, once the Juliet gets the full stacks, which is right now, by the way, Juliet does stacks on stacks, which is a weird sentence to say, but very fast because of the Juliet ult, right? So Snake's kind of just having a field day, dodging everything, grabbing orbs. Snake, as long as he survives, is going to be giving core Retro Flows, you know, making their game very, very difficult here, as we just saw. But they're kind of shaping their sights here. Vaughn forced to use core flip and is 1 HP, but so is LeoLeon, who's going to go down first. It looks like Leo's actually going to go down first. Snake pushing him into that black hole, and now they're going to be just cleaning this one up in the power play unless Streak and Elo have something to say about it.
Yeah, the pristine dash punch there from Snake. Push him right into the black hole. Atlas will take care of the rest, and man, we're going to have a great power chord. Vaughn doing a nice strike primary into Streak. It's not going to be enough to hold that one. We got placeholder Palafins taking the first one, and man, if you are on the side of Vice and you get the first pick in the Awakenings, you are happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, he already also has heavy impact, right? And okay, almost a double barrier right off the bat, as we're saying, but Duke manages to hold it for now, and a double barrier on the way around, actually. So, I mean, core Retro Flow trying to tie it back up here, but Vaughn has something to say about it with that. Oh, Streak, Snake trying to put it in, but kind of a stalemate there at the end. But the problem is core Retro Flow just doesn't have the health bars to keep up.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they do have now. She only hit one of the targets there, which, I mean, Solar Palafins is going to try to kill Elo Heaven now for sure. Here, Streak trying to stall out a little bit, maybe grab some cooldowns of his own, maybe let Elo Hello get a better positioning there. Streak, a really great strike there. Snake trying to get a bottom push here with Vaughn.
That was
and they actually get a kill. It was Vaughn's power chord, yeah?
That was so beautiful. I mean, the passing play from Snake and Vaughn there, and then Vaughn just absolutely executes Streak on the goal line and gets the first pick Lanimal title, showing off right now. What is it? Oh, okay, this is really interesting because Perfect Form is up, which is really good. Obviously, Catalyst is up as well, but so is Prize Fighter when they're already doing damage. I'm really curious what Vaughn's going to take here. It might just be Catalyst so that Streak doesn't get it, but no, he takes the Perfect Form, does not want Zentaro getting Perfect Form. Juliet ends up getting the Catalyst.
That's good.
Very, very good here, but, you know, I think Core Electroflow is not too angry about this. They do get Prime Time on the now, and they do get 1-2 punch on Zen, so nothing too crazy, but man, I'm just going to take a look at Snake now. Snake now has stacks on stacks and Catalyst, so if you focus Snake, you're getting, you know, you're not going to be rewarded at all. You're actually getting punished because he's just going to get energy. So
right?
what do you do, right?
Vice versa that way. If he does get too much energy, then he either has to blow the flip or die, which they would get the stacks off. So it's kind of like a varying possibility there, I think, because then it's still you get a lot out of killing him with the stacks, but of course I'm just yapping it away. We got Placeholder Palafins grabbing the second barrier here with this power play. Can Streak hold it off here with Elo Heaven? Youalreadylose. Gonna maybe use this black hole. Not actually. Snake going for a crazy dash punch angle. Vaughn got the Thunderstruck to get in there, but they can't seem to get it to Snake. Elo Heaven making it work here on the Jakar midfield. Like you were saying before here, Vaughn gonna try to let the Supernova go, and Snake is actually looking pretty low here. If they can get this power play, this might be what they're looking for to bring this back.
Yeah, they need to bring it back here, and I mean, by killing Snake right now, this is step one, right? You take away the stacks on stacks, and you get your power play up. Now, Elo Heaven needs to get that mine. Yep, survives now, gonna maybe grab that orb. Nope, Leo's getting it, leaving Streak alone, actually, but it ends up working out. The flip gonna end up defending for now, but, you know, Elo Heaven back dead. Once again, just the power from the Vice, and Vaughn puts it in at the end of the day right there. I mean, I feel like the comp is just so hard to play against for Core Retroflow.
I agree. I think Vice is so polarizing
100%.
as a character. She is kind of stronger than everyone in a lot of regards. Like, a little bit overtuned to the primary, just kind of more damage than everyone. The Supernova is just so intrusive in every situation. So
and heavy impact start.
Yeah, heavy impact start, making it just even stronger, more cooldown. It really does it all for Vice, and you are the king if you have her right now. I mean, Snake, though, looking a little bit weak here. Core Retroflow, once again, can get a nice power play like they do. This is what they need to bring it back. They have to make it happen.
Yeah, they get the power play, but they lose both barriers in the meantime, so they need to do something with this power play. They get one. Youalreadylose trying to save the other. Gonna manage it for now. Snake is back up. The Juliet's trying to hunt down Elo Heaven, but no dash punch up. As kind of just back to neutral here, but Placeholder Palafins managed to hold for a long time. Ooh, almost gets it. Streak trying to do something himself there. Not able to quite get anything. And Vaughn just trying to survive. If Vaughn can get this orb and heal up, then I think Placeholder Palafins are going to be in a really, really good spot for the rest of this point.
I agree. They have the barrier down. Vaughn is now not in threat of dying. Y'all probably has a lot of cooldowns at this point. It's kind of been just sitting around here, but they find a way to knock Vaughn all the way down to nothing, and a second shot from Elo Heaven is actually going to take him out here. Good power play here for Core Retroflow. A big top side push. They are going to make it happen here. Streak easily going to grab the ball, grab it to Elo Heaven in just a moment. Actually going to take our time, let the opponent come back, and we're all going to have cooldowns. And actually, everyone's pretty much going to have cooldowns at this point, so that's something to keep in mind there. That's an interesting play.
Yeah, I think Streak just wanted to slow it down. They realized that Youalreadylose has cooldowns. If your Streak hits it forward, you know, anything could happen. The ball could get intercepted. Why not just wait a second, get your energy back, and start playing the overtime as normal. Oh, almost gets bite the butt there for that.
Oh.
Well, actually ends up doing a Snake just in the perfect place at the perfect time. Vaughn with a really good strike war win against Leo Leon there off the clear, just to get it right to his forward. I mean, Snake and Bells pretty much like simultaneously, like Snake's on the Julie as well. Vaughn is definitely not feeling foreign right now at all, right? If he's feeling right at home, just like the sad boys of old, or I guess of current, here on this land. But yeah, I mean, they're looking good, and they 2-0 right now. Just kind of looking unstoppable. It feels like Core Retroflow have some moments, but just like right now, they just kind of are getting slaughtered slowly.
Yeah, not only are they winning, but they're winning more because they're doing all the damage of the opponent's health, grabbing both barriers. Vaughn is just kind of not, I don't want to say carrying the team on his back, but he's doing too much. Vaughn
Yeah.
needs to relax a little bit because he's killing everyone, grabbing the barriers, and it's just a tough spot here for poor Retroflow. I mean, they do have a little bit of possession here. See if we can get Leo Leon in there. They do grab the barrier here. Streak got a little bit of control, going to stall once again for a little bit of cooldowns, but the stalling is actually going to have Leo Leon murdered here by Atlas Lab, and not sure if they're going to make it through this power play, man.
Yeah, looking real rough, but the only light at the end of the tunnel is the Juliet being staggered. Can they take Juliet out? Leo Leon is back up. Snake should be healed up soon. Getting staggered a little bit more, but they're keeping the ball forward now. I mean, poor Retroflow trying to make a play. Elo Heaven going for it, down to Leo Leon. Leo Leon actually goes for the goal, but managing just to be an inch off of that Zentaro rush there. Freak trying to bring the ball forward himself up to Elo Heaven. The Youalreadylose flips, but does not hit it. But Elo Heaven actually invisible Drakkar, looking like release basically at this point. I mean, I forgot the Drakkar was there as well. I mean, I'm not surprised Youalreadylose did.
Yeah, that was actually a really interesting mix-up from Elo Heaven to actually go forward and try to help the ball in instead of going for the top side clear, which I thought was going to happen for sure. But
I think that's what Youalreadylose thought.
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
right?
Sure. It was just a big mix-up there. But again, Palafin's just grabbing both barriers. Only 10 seconds in there. Elo Heaven looking at no health right now. Vaughn having a literal party, a parade. No problem here with that Supernova. Going to get it in there with the flip, and Streak can't do too much about that as now. I mean, she is really bad against flips unless you have like a point-blank sentry drone right in front. But again, we have Vice, Vaughn getting the first pick, and it's kind of a catastrophe now. I feel like last draft wasn't too obvious for Vice, but this one might be.
There is a little bit of good here, though. Reptile Remedy
It's a little bit of
be
good.
able to help save the day for Elo Heaven here. Naked Drakkar, get on the Drakkar. Haven't seen that in a while. But yeah, I mean, can you survive the heavy impact rapid fire Vice? Reptile Remedy is the only thing that I think might even have a chance of doing that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think Snake getting a reverberation here, really helpful for the Julie as well. Juliet, Dez, like that's kind of been the win con for Core Retroflow so far. If they have had any good moments, is when they take out the Juliet and then they push the core forward. But now that the Snake, Juliet has that extra stagger, it's going to be way harder to do so. And Vaughn with that rapid fire is just going to have a heyday, like you said. Core Retroflow, I think, is going to need a miracle to win this game.
I don't disagree. I mean, Snake grabbing that reverb is certainly playing directly into their outs, as he is the kill target in most situations here with those stacks. Even with the Catalyst, they actually have no problem knocking him right up to flip and taking him out. But we're going to have one barrier down for each team. They do grab one on the top side. Snake, again, full flip already with that Catalyst. Getting on in there, almost has an evade already. Just getting hit, but Elo Heaven taking most of the pain right now. If Vaughn can get it in onto the middle side here, we'll see another point for Palafins. But hey, Core Retroflow actually keeping themselves together right now, and oh, who knows how long that'll last.
Yeah, who knows how long that'll last as Leo Leon, gets a little bit of healing, but it's not going to matter as it just kind of rolls in. Streak, not sure if Streak struck there or missed it or was in a cooldown. It might have been a little bit of a miss there. Hey, anything can happen at LAN, right? Nerves do get the best of you, but, they came here.
If all these players like bring their own equipment?
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own keyboard
All of
and mouse,
them, right?
100%. Yeah, there's no way they don't.
For sure.
You come here to win, you got to bring your own peripherals. You know what I mean?
You do.
And even if you come here to lose, you have to bring your own peripherals.
You should.
Well,
you should.
You probably should. It definitely feels a lot better doing so. Actually, I do know that Streak does not have a keyboard.
Okay.
Has the basic keyboard, but is using his own mouse as both of the barriers, as I say that, are going down. Youalreadylose, kind of just having a field day, even walking forward here. Vaughn playing goalie now as Snake almost puts it in. Streak with the core flip into the black hole, gets one barrier, but it's not going to be enough. They need more. Leo Leon needs to get something here, trying to contain it, doing the best they can. They might get the second barrier, actually, but Vaughn comes in to save the day with the Supernova, just putting Leo Leon on 1 HP, and it's just so incredibly hard for Core Retroflow.
Yeah, not only do they not get that barrier, but they almost lose Leo Leon in the process. Really great sentry drone there. Actually going to hold the line. Got Streak keeping it together. Leo Leon looking for some health, but everyone's eating all the orbs. Going to be looking at a dash punch here. Peg Tower Flay once again for Palafins. Youalreadylose. Going to try to give it right back here to Snake with that flip downside. Yes, sirree. Again, tough spot for now after you've used a bunch of cooldowns, and Palafins is looking at the match point already. Man, they are looking good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we talked about in draft. I think Sad Boys puts Core Retroflow in a really awkward spot, and especially put Elo Heaven in a really awkward spot where you have to play a pretty suboptimal character in order to, be on comfort, right? Because you don't want to first find something to land. This is not the place to do it, right? And I think Vaughn, placeholder Palafins know that. And they're really just punishing. They're absolutely punishing them right now for this Drakkar pickup. Elo Heaven trying to do the best, make the best of it, but not much they can do, as Leo Leon is just getting absolutely bullied, as I feel like Snake and Vaughn are just containing it and just trapping it in the defensive side for Core Retroflow.
Yeah, it felt like for an entire 10 seconds there, it was just y'all beating the crap out of Leo Leon while the others were just holding the ball. But
yeah,
we're still seeing Leo Leon kind of staggered. I mean, you're not dead, but you're kind of out of the game. You can't do much. Well, now you're super out of the game. 13 seconds of nothingness, right? Yeah. Streak can't seem to hold that last barrier here. Snake right on the front lines here with Elo Heaven trying to, oh man, super close to getting a kill there, but could not seem to make it happen. Okay, using the Xeno Cloak to get a little bit of speed there. Y'all not going to lose his flip for that. Actually going to spend just the Rose Warp. No problem there. Again, Thunderstruck onto Elo Heaven. Maybe their out is just getting another kill here. If they don't get a kill, maybe Core Retroflow can keep this one together.
Yeah, I mean, they need something, that's for sure. And killing Snake would be a good way to start, but that is definitely not the way to do it. Gets delivered there to Vaughn, or rather, Vaughn to Snake. Snake with the core flip, just taking out the kill, and then in the perfect place at the perfect time. The synergy between Snake and Vaughn has been looking actually pretty good, honestly, so far. Better than I would expect. And they take game one with, I'd say, relative ease, rather. I mean, what did Core Retroflow get, like 2 points that game?
I think like 2 points, maybe 3 if we're like slightly off. But you were right about one thing. Vaughn has definitely not a stranger here to passing the ball right to Juliet. Bell's definitely a Juliet player through and through. We can see some stats here showing up. Oh.
Yes, please. We're getting some water.
Oh, I would love water.
I mean, they were out of water earlier, so that would be amazing.
Shrub of the Lord here. We can see a little bit of stats here. Vaughn, literal king of damage here.
Oh my goodness, I didn't see that.
Yeah, kind of eclipsing everyone. I mean, the next best placing here is 25. He's at 40K. Look at the kills, too. The kills for the side of Palfins, 12 kills in comparison to 4. I mean, they did exactly what Vice was born to do.
Yeah, I mean, what was the second awakening you got? It was, so heavy impact, obviously, to start.
Did he take...
What was the one they got on the first draft?
He had a choice of, like, Primetime, 1-2 Punch... oh man, let me think.
I don't even remember at this point. I don't even think it matters. He had a lot, right? He had a lot of good awakenings, and he was playing Vice, who is very good right now, especially into their characters, right? Vice kind of just pretty good. I mean, just range characters in general are good into Drakkar. So interesting pick with the Drakkar for Core Retroflow. Didn't quite work out for them. I'm really curious to see what they actually end up doing now that they see what placeholder Palafins are doing. Right? I mean, are they going to get blue side? Are they going to try to first pick one of Elo Heaven's comfort picks? What are they going to, what are they planning on doing here?
Well, I think you were certainly, again, right about one thing. Not only is Drakkar kind of bad on midfield, but if this really is Elo Heaven's last pick, I mean, they're definitely going to be happy to steal Estelle and Kai away, no problem here. Put him on just about nothing. I mean, they weren't even too concerned with Streak, I feel like, even then and there. And they just killed Leo Leon. So it was like, they really kind of felt like they had all options covered.
Let's scoot a little bit. Let's get, there we go. Perfect. There we go. I was going to say, we're a little off center there. Perfect.
Yeah.
We got it now. But
yeah, I was going to say, they just kind of keep killing Leo Leon, who is like, I mean, kind of his job to get the core in there. And if you cannot do that, not much is going to be happening here. It could have been in Core Retroflow's best interest to take Vice, even if it was kind of an unusual pick, just to make sure that Palafins doesn't have it. I mean,
they should have played a goalie, I think.
I
know Streak knows how to play it. I think Streak should have played a goalie. Do not let Vaughn get the Vice there. I mean,
it's so polarizing.
It's like 2020, though. It's 2020, but it's not 2020. It's the fact that it's heavy impact start. I think that should be a dead giveaway, right? And if they didn't know before, they know now. That's absolutely for sure after the 40K, 6K game that Vaughn just had.
A heavy impact start. I mean, that is like a little red flag to say, wait a minute. What's the best character in the game with heavy impact?
Yeah.
It's still Vice. Over Zentaro, it's still Vice. She just like has too much control.
I would say Vice is actually better than Zen with heavy impact, to be honest with you. I think
that's what I'm saying.
The thing, I agree with you. I think Zen is like number 2. Zen is disgusting with heavy impact, but the difference is Zentaro's a melee character. You can run away from him. You can't run away from primary Vice.
You can't.
The secondary on top of you followed by an ult with a stun. Like, you can't really run away from that. You have to use your evades. Forced to use them doesn't quite work out for you because then you have no evade. And then the Estelle comes in and blinks on you and I think the Estelle also had like a crazy build. It had explosive entrance for the extra impact damage. Also had heavy impact as well for the extra damage, which Estelle Beam is an impact. So
much of an impact.
So I mean, hey, we'll have to see how game 2 goes. I personally just don't expect it to go much better. I think The reason I say no disrespect, because I'm friends with everyone on all these teams, right? But I think placeholder Falcons just have their number right now. And unless Core Retroflow can find, an interesting or like a new strategy, something out of nowhere that they can pull out, then I don't know if they're gonna have a great time in this next game.
Yeah, it's gonna be maybe Core Retroflow is gonna try to bring. I know it's gonna be hard because the pools are so deep. Maybe try to bring Palafins off some comfort picks here. Like they banned the IME, which is completely fair. I really wanted to see a lot more out of y'all that game, but like at the forwards were just doing too good of a job.
He did what he needed to do, right?
He did, but it was like
what he needed, and he actually was 1v1ing Leo like the whole time, which is pretty.
He was. He was. I wish I could have seen more of y'all there, but like it's maybe we would have if Core Retroflow was able to get those power plays and he was and y'all got more involved, but it really was just Palafin's retro or Palafin's like power play day. Honestly,
it was just a Vice moment. Let's just GG go next.
Yeah.
Vice diff, and then we learn from that. All right.
Please learn from that.
But it's hard to learn from that because now we're going to Oni Village, where that doesn't matter quite as much, right? It's a bit of an easier map to survive on, harder to run damage on because it's such a volatile map. So, I mean, if there's any map that Core Retroflow can bring it back on, it probably is this one, as they do have first pick. So they're going to look to secure probably some sort of comfort in this first pick. Let's see what the bans end up being on Might of the Colossus Primetime.
Yeah, I think they're going to be really hard trying to get this Kai. I mean, we got Primetime start. Kai's great with Primetime. Estelle also not only great on Oni Village, but great with Primetime as well. Rasmus being the next best brawler pretty much on Oni Village with Primetime. And I think Juno, because I'm banned, interesting. I think Juno takes the 4th slot for like the alternative, pretty damn good midfield on the board here. Gonna say that, Rasmus is basically the best brawler. Kazan probably the 2nd best brawler. And then Zen, I think, would be 3rd best on this map here.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I mean, double brawler ban here, but that does leave the Rasmus open. But keep in mind here, if Rasmus gets picked here, if Leo Leon takes up the Rasmus, that means that you can get a 2-3. You can get a Stealth Kai, right? And I think Vaughn and Youalreadylose are both comfortable to flex that character. Nope, they just end up picking the Kai. I think that's the right pick.
That's fair.
But now you have a Stealth Rasmus.
What can you do?
They're going to lock in a Stealth Rasmus right now, 100%.
What's
They're going to lock in a Stealth Rasmus. For what do you mean?
I mean, if they go Estelle Rasmus here, that means Palafins gets their brawler, but who's Retro's brawler?
Oh, I mean, they just have to play like Julie or something. They have to play Julie or like Asher. That's the only way. And I think they're going to pick Julie. Oh, they picked... Wait.
Oh, Palafins picked X? That's crazy. Okay, so we're going to have what? I mean, I don't know if Era Goalie is going to be making it on this map, but Mako Goalie can help support the X.
I mean...
I don't think I've ever seen y'all play Mako.
He can play. He can. He can play anything. He has a decent Mako as well. I've seen it a couple times. So the Rasmus going over to Leo Leon. That's what he wants here.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm curious to see why Snake picked the X. Maybe it's because it's Might of the Colossus. I mean, X with Might definitely is not a weak pick. So, can't fault them too much for it. And the way Snake plays, just kind of sitting on you, I mean, he's right at home on the pick. So
yeah, if it's enough power, he could actually full Oki the goalie maybe with a little bit of help.
Yeah.
That makes the game kind of easy. Yeah. When X's job is just sit there.
And then the Amy goalie, I think this is wow. Okay, so Streak actually picked the Amy goalie, and then
yo,
what is happening?
They're having
what is happening? I mean, FINII goalie and Amy goalie, double range goalie on Oni Village with an X.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I kind of feel like Retro's comp is better.
It is.
I think it's better.
Let's get that straight. It is, but Estelle is very good on this map. Let's get that straight. Estelle is very good on this map, and Vaughn is no stranger to Estelle. So I wouldn't be surprised just to see the Estelle show. I'm gonna be honest. This is the best map for Estelle, and I think in the game. And
it could be. Yeah.
It's like Estelle and Kai are the 2 best midfielders, and we're seeing the Estelle Kai matchup. So I think this matchup is literally going to decide who wins this game. I think we have some wackiness on both sides. I do definitely give the comp advantage to Core Overflow here, but Palafins, I mean, maybe they want to debut the FINII. This isn't the place for it, but hey.
Look, I'll admit, I have theory crafted FINII being good on the big maps, but I have not yet tried it. Like, mostly for Aten, since Aten is such a bastard of a map, I was always thinking like, okay, so FINI's got a lot of range. She could be a good core control goalie for that map. And I mean, Oni Village kind of has those kind of aspects. The map is gargantuan, and the speed gates make things kind of awkward. So you have to have good fast range things, and she kind of does. She has more range than Rune does on her secondary. So she could hold the line here. She might even be one of those like Like, I feel like Drakkar on this map, Drakkar goalie, is really good at holding both of the barriers. It's kind of weird that way, but FINII might be one of those as well, and I want to see it.
Not to ruin your day, but
Tell
I'm
me.
gonna spoil you. It's not.
It's not what?
It's not. It's not good. It's just
not.
not
It
good on
could
this
be
map.
so good.
It's not. I'm just gonna tell you.
How
Right
do you
now,
know?
breaking
Where?
because I've played it like 80 times. It
What?
sucks. It
FINII
sucks.
goalie though?
FINII goalie. No, I haven't played it. Rather, I've seen it be played.
Because
Look,
FINII midfield
I'm
might
telling
not.
you why they're locking it in for fun. They're having fun.
They are
He already
not
wants to
allowed.
vibe out. I think he wants to try stuff. He doesn't want to just pick some boring stuff. Because the thing about Oni Village is that all the goalies that are really good on this map are boring. They're really boring. So, I mean, unless Youalreadylose is playing Estelle and Vaughn is playing FINII, which in that case, I mean, I don't even know what to think at that point. I mean,
There's no way they're playing FINII midfield.
maybe we should. Now I'm second guessing myself. What are they?
There's no. Oh, yeah, but has y'all played FINII?
Yeah, I mean he can.
Has y'all? I mean,
He has, and I've seen him in houses and stuff play it. But
and we also have X still.
Right.
X still has no place on this map or on this team. I hate this. I hate to say it. So we got y'all on the.
It is y'all on the FINII.
Damn.
I mean, like you said, it's not the worst pick. Okay, it does have range. You're right, and if he runs strike shot or mom boots, he's gonna be. Yeah, he's running mom boots, so he's gonna be able to be in the way with just strikes. And if there's any goalie that doesn't need abilities to defend, it is Youalreadylose. Definitely one of the best goalies, if not the best goalie in the game.
Yeah.
So, I'm not too worried for them. I'm gonna be honest. I think it'll be fine as we see Vaughn. I mean, already popping off on the Estelle. This is kind of just gonna be the Estelle show, in my opinion. If Vaughn can play well, I think they will win. If Vaughn struggles or Elo Heaven manages to get the better of him, I think it'll be a bit tough, as Leo Leon on the Rasmus is definitely going to be a tough nut to crack. But it looks like they're cracking it right off the bat, literally, as the stagger bar is gone and Snake and Vaughn are on offense here. The FINII, I mean, doesn't really need to do much.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the nice things about FINII goalie is that even though she doesn't have a great time of defending in melee range, as long as the opponents are staggered, the pressure is so low.
Yeah.
A character like FINII. So she can kind of sit back there and basically use the primary for damage the whole time. And we kind of see that as well. They already got a power play here. Ooh. Okay, another one on the other side here, evening this one up. Vaughn does have a flip. See if they can get close enough to make this flip meaningful. Had a situation there, but Streak nicely nullifying that one with the glitch pop, though. Again, the Vaughn show might be happening here. Estelle is just so strong on this map here. Elo Heaven looking kind of weak, and yeah, down to Streak, or down to Snake, actually. And gonna be another power play here, and they get it.
Yeah, I mean, Vaughn and Snake just absolutely put Elo in the dirt there on the bottom side. Elo trying his best to survive. Actually did a lot better than you'd think. And what a save from Youalreadylose. The primary usage there, just sending it forward to get that last second save. Not really sure why he was down there in the first place, but hey, was not worried all the same. Elo Heaven once again going down. I mean, just the damage. Yeah. I mean, maybe they know something, right? Maybe the damage from FINII just kind of counters the Kai. Maybe that's what they thought. I'm going to ask them after this game what they thought about this. I really need to know, but they need to worry about Snake and make sure it doesn't go in, but Youalreadylose not there in time. I mean, that's the thing, though, is that when you play these weird range goalies that don't have the fast-moving projectiles, because, well, technically, FINII does have the fastest moving projectile. It has a long delay, so it's really hard to use reliably, right? Yeah. Usually you're just using the first part of it that isn't that fast. It's a pretty normal-looking one. I don't know. It's a little bit awkward, but a little oopsie. Like I said, they lost first point last time, and then they ended up 3-0ing every single set after that, basically. So not really quite worried for the Palafins here.
Yeah, we'll just have to keep seeing what happens here. I will say that even on a giant map like this, X is probably the best character in the game at confirming kills as long as they don't have evade or anything. We're going to have a power play here for Core Retroflow, though. Okay, this is their chance to make something happen here. If Elo Heaven can get on in there with one of these barrages, which I guess is not up just yet. Maybe a second chance here. In fact, their last chance of this power play is they're going to pop the big finish there. Man, y'all doing a great job of defending here. Snake in the X Maximus, not getting basically anything off of that at all. Zero value, but Vaughn taking the driver's seat right here in front of Leo Leon. Can they make it happen here? Y'all is just going to kind of hold this barrier until it's over.
Yeah, I mean, y'all's holding the barrier really well, but Streak, I mean, holding the goal really well and actually getting that barrier credit, right? So this is something, and then great glitch pop there from Streak. Streak definitely having a really, really good game so far. And getting it up to his forwards, needs to let them happen, but Vaughn just feels like he has everyone's number here as the core flip to the bottom side goes in. And Palafins, I mean, starting to look pretty comfortable here, but I think Core Retroflow is giving them a little bit of a harder time this game than last time.
Sure, and a lot of the game does rely on the Awakenings and the MVP even selected here, so we'll see who grabs the most experience at the end of this set. I mean, we can see that Core Retroflow Streak is kind of the man with all the experience right now, so if they can take it, we'll see him being the MVP, but we'll wait until we get there. We do have one barrier down for each team here. Lilian looking a little bit weak. Okay, y'all spending a little bit of cooldowns to deal a bunch of damage over there, but Vaughn and Snake working on trying to get this barrier. Streak and Elo Heaven holding the line. The barrage comes in. FINII has nothing but flip to deal with that, and Leon looking kind of weak. Snake's maybe going to look for a Maximus before he dies, and they're both going to live, actually.
Yeah, actually, they both live. Evade and then walk away. 2 ships in the night. Ooh, great save. I mean, one thing I want to know here. I mean, this is something that all the old-time viewers will know. Streak Amy with Strike Shot. He was like the first one to do it. I think it was him and Youalreadylose were like the first 2. Mainly, it was Streak that started it, though.
Wow.
That, like, I would consider back in the day, Streak was definitely the best Strike Shot user and definitely the best Amy. Right now, and then Youalreadylose kind of picked up that torch pretty shortly after, around CCC, that torch sort of about a year ago, last May. So, I mean, as we see here, I mean, the strike shot and the pressure from the longer glitch pops on Amy has kind of just been something that has always been really strong. But, and on this map, by the way, you don't really need eject on those eject goalies. So I think Streak looking very, very comfortable, but they have to break that last barrier or else it's not going to matter whatsoever. Elo have been running away. I mean, they're not even in any place to break this barrier, but as I say, at the flip right in the perfect spot, top barrier going down, and now we're in all neutral, but Elo Heaven, 1 HP, needs to be careful as Vaughn does have the flip, and I'm pretty sure has the Rose Warp on the Estelle as well.
Yeah, we could be Snake's probably looking at X Maximus in a couple seconds here, but Elo Heaven is nicely regenerated. The barrage almost taking it though, y'all. Doing a great job of defending once again here. Leon looking a little bit weak. Vaughn has the flip. They can grab it to Vaughn, get a little bit closer to that barrier center stage. They'll land that one with this flip. Leo trying his heart out here with the Death's Touch to make it happen. Streak also has a flip. Maybe they can get involved, but Snake's gargantuan strike. It's actually going to strike so far past Streak that they didn't even, I feel like they didn't even see that coming and didn't even need to, or felt the need to flip there.
Hey, Big X. He does have might start, and if Palafins can win this set and Snake can get, I mean, currently he's last in the pick order, so them winning and him not getting all the way last pick is really important because I think Snake needs this size, right? He needs to be ahead of Leon so he can get the size first, or at least force one of the other ranged players on Core Retro to take the size away. And it's looking like they're going to win now, but both use the flip there. Streak gets the better of Snake there at the end, and finally going to be getting put into a little bit of a better spot. Now Snake going to be 1 HP, but Vaughn and Youalreadylose doing their best to keep this forward as long as they can, give Snake some time to survive, and Vaughn actually does it all himself, puts it in the bottom corner, and gets the MVP, going to get that first pick.
Yeah, I think Streak might have ended up using a couple cooldowns there to try to knock Snake on out there, but didn't seem to work out, especially with Strike Shot. You're just a little bit less coverage there as long as it's down. But like you say, Vaughn gets first pick here. Rapid Fire, Quick Strike, a couple of really powerful awakenings, even Hot Shot if you want.
Yeah.
And Stacks is also super strong here. You have too many options. Quick Strike. Man,
it's really awkward.
Again, polarizing too. Yeah.
Very, very awkward for Vaughn. I think it is the Quick Strikes as... Against Kai, if you get quick strikes, it makes the matchup way easier for you as the Estelle, because the one thing that Kai has the advantage on is a little bit of that burst pressure running into you with the barrage, right? But with quicks, you can strike it once, and then you can back up and strike it again to hit it away from the Kai. So Vaughn's life is going to get way, way easier now. But Elo Heaven does still get the Reptile Remedy here. So Reptile Remedy going to help Elo survive, which has been the problem for Core Retroflow this entire time, whereas the Kai just kind of dying over and over again. So we'll have to see, I guess, if this ends up mattering. Also, Leon does get Rapid Fire, which is just always nice in general, so to point that one out. But we'll see if Elo can survive. I think that's my tell of the tale, because if the longer the Kai survives, the harder it is for the FINII to defend. Yeah, and we just saw right there, we actually just had a simple, hit core forward, do a pendulum swing onto FINII, get the barrier. We haven't seen that literally until this moment of this match, I feel like. And he does it again to get the goal.
Yeah, Leon needs more. I think he's just getting hit too much, or his positioning needs a little bit of alteration here, because he just needs to be in a spot to get those pendulum swings on the goalie. I mean, FINII can't do damn anything about that, really.
Yeah.
So as long as they can get the ball to Leon, I mean, maybe it's because Elo Heaven is just kind of having a tough time right now. I mean, the opposing players are quite good. I'm just hoping that Leon can get a little bit closer to this FINII.
Yeah, so I think what's happening is Leo has to come back more. At least last set had to come back more in order to help, because Elo Heaven was always just dead. But now that Elo is managing, all he has to do is strike the core once or twice, and it's pretty much back at full health with Reptile Remedy. So now that Elo's alive, Leo can play way more aggressive. And actually, it looks like Placeholder Falcons realize that, and they're switching their target to Leon himself instead of Elo Heaven, because they realize it's taking way too long to actually kill the Kai here. But that just gives Core Retroflow a ton of more space to play. So, I mean, we might have a game on our hands. Yeah, one other thing to think about is that while Reptile Remedy is also quite good,
that still might not even be Palafin's win condition. I mean, they could probably win this game fair and square without getting any kills as well.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll, I mean, see what they can do here. Of course, Leon is, like you said, going to be the kill target in most situations now. Vaughn finally getting that flip from the last strike, but kind of gets a little messed up there from the big finish and Elo Heaven's presence. They're going to spend that one there, see if they can get a push on the bottom side, but kind of checkmated there from Elo Heaven and Streak. Kind of feels like a situation where Snake might not be able to help there, and I kind of feel like Core Retroflow might take this. I feel like they might take this one.
Yeah, I mean, they can take this point for sure. That's pretty volatile right now. I will say Elo Heaven no energy, but not really in threat of dying with Streak. Use that Firewall Sentry, keeps it forward a little bit longer, but not going to be too useful there. So that's a cooldown already down. Gives Vaughn and Snake a little bit of time to do something, but Vaughn is getting focused right now and might end up dying. It's going to be up to Youalreadylose and Snake to stall as much time as possible for him to heal up. Will he be able to do it is kind of what we're looking for here. Which team will crack first? Old school Oni Village type of play. Oh, Vaughn almost goes down to the last barrage bullet. Was just not quite enough knockback to kill, and now he's going to heal back up. And Leon is now the one on the chopping block, so it's kind of turned into placeholder Palafin's favor here.
Yeah, Streak does have flip to help defend this barrier here. Without the eject button, it's most likely going to be used for defense, but a power play here once again for Palafin. Snake looking at nothing, but Elo Heaven just can't seem to find the kill confirms here with the barrage, and now it's going to be a rough situation here. The flips comes out, just going to hit the wall. It's come right back here. Y'all, no problem knocking it back over there. Finally, Leon comes back here to help out, and maybe it's just too late, and it is indeed too late, as they're going to get Vaughn with a good spot there to strike it on in there.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at the XP. Like,
yeah.
like, look how much that Vaughn is actually impacting the game on this Estelle.
Look at the other team.
But yeah, I'm saying, look at the other team. Streak has to do everything for this team because Elo's getting so heavily pressured, and so is Leo. Like, they're just getting so much pressure down on them. Yeah, Elo Heaven already down once again, and Streak has to do a lot of the midfielding in order to get the core forward, as well as having to save abilities to save the core. Like, this is kind of just the Streak show right now, if he can do it. But the world is, like, the weight of the world's on his shoulders right now, and it is very, very difficult as the Might of the Colossus Atlas, who has the weight of the world literally on his shoulders, is trying to Oki him. He's trying to kill him, so it's not really a good time. Vaughn jumping in with the flip, trying to actually get the KO, just misses, but gets the orb anyway for fun, so not going to matter too much. Leon actually burning the flip, a little bit of a mistake there, but it's not going to matter. I say that, but Streak getting a crazy save on the bottom side. Snake just getting gapped over and over, and Streak winning every single strike war.
Man.
They cannot just put it in. And I mean, Youalreadylose and Vaughn are both running up. They want this core in now. They want it in right now, but Streak is making goal line saves every 2 seconds. This is absolutely insane, Envy.
Yeah, that was wild. And we had Snake in X Maximus there, making it even more difficult with the extra knockback. Oh, man, they had it. Even Leon.
I thought he was going to save that one again. I mean,
Streak just wasn't in range of that last one. He would have, I think, man.
There's only so much you can do, right? And when you're getting bullied by X at the same time as making the goal line saves, I would never expect any of my goalies to ever do that. I mean, that's insane. So I mean, kudos to Streak for holding on for that long. Core Retroflow not quite able to secure it though. Placeholder Palafin still seem to have their number pretty much this entire series. We need to see something from Core Retroflow. We need to see a change on their offense or just in something for them to get a little bit more pressure.
I'm not sure what that's going to be. It could be in the form of an awakening. Maybe this Rasmus gets something like Big Fish to really help out. And
hey,
okay, I guess y'all maybe on strike cooldown or looking at a butterfly nearby, but ends up missing on that one here. Leon putting that one in, and yes, this is a big I mean, Streak is clear MVP. I don't think they could pass him no matter what at this point, so if they do manage to take it, Streak is certainly going to be grabbing an awakening here, and I can't really tell you what would be the best thing for Streak right now. Maybe like Glass Cannon is maybe what he's looking for as strike shot aiming.
There's a bunch of things that definitely would be pretty good, but you're going to have to win the set first if you want that awakening, and it looks like they're not going to win the set as Elo Heaven gets flipped down on the bottom side, and Vaughn and Snake just slowly cradle the core up to that top corner.
They're
pretty
good
beautiful
at that.
Play there. They are pretty good at that. Yeah.
They're good at cradling.
Seed 1, it says it like right over there.
Right
over there. Yeah.
It is over there.
Seed 1 for a reason. They are very good at this game. And Vaughn getting first pick once again. Ariel's on the table, very, very strong on Estelle, but just going to take away the catalyst. Does not want Streak to have an out at all for getting killed by the X. But Streak getting Deadeye, so that's, you know, maybe a little bit more damage to help them out here. And Leon does get the 1-2 punch, which is very, very strong on the Rasmus on this map. Gets the core going very quickly. So we'll have to see. I mean, what is Elo Heaven even going to get here? I mean, missile prep, I guess. Missile
Yeah,
prop might
solid.
help. It might help because there have been a few times I have noticed where Leo or Elo Heaven is just a little bit too far away for the barrage to matter to get the goal.
Yeah.
And now with missile prop, it's not going to matter, right? You're going to have that longer barrage and the longer Giga Blast, more power. So
Yeah, I think there's a couple situations where I think he landed all the barrage and was just a little too weak.
Yeah.
So maybe the 20% here will be just enough to get them right on off the map. And oh man, okay, You'll have it nicely getting that save here. Snake looking a little bit low. This could be their situation, but man, that barrage is going to whiff completely airball, and Streak sends it on over to X, but they finally do get Snake on out of here. Big old Giga Blast here. Maybe the extra range helping out to blow that one up. Lilian has this chance to finally get a pendulum swing. He does actually get it, but it's going to be a little bit off here. And man, that power play wasn't good enough to get that barrier. And I mean, Core Retroflow is really just on the back end on every situation.
yeah, I mean, it looks like they're just kind of trying to figure out what to do, right? Even if they get a good play, it still feels like Youalreadylose and Vaughn have so much control over the map this entire time that they can't really do anything, right? The Moby Boots FINII, with peak performance now as well, is just so incredibly fast. Like, look how much speed. Like, I don't even know how much speed Youalreadylose has, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
And there's just so much control. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe you're onto something with the FINII. Maybe I was wrong. I mean, they're winning this game. I'd like to see it in a closer game and just see kind of what the pick looks like, but I don't know. I mean, he's making it look good now, so I'll take your word for it. Maybe FINII will be. We'll put it on the B tier, right? How about that? I'll take it out of the D tier. We'll put it in the B tier.
Oh, FINII!
As it gets a kill right there. I mean, hey,
Did
there
that
you
go
go.
up one?
Gets a kill.
Does that go to B+?
No, still B tier.
What?
Still B tier. for
Oh,
now.
does that one get B+?
No, that was just cool.
Okay.
And then Snake puts it in. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. There's not really much to talk about at this point. Placeholder Palafins kind of just securing their victory. A
Yeah.
miracle like last game is going to have to happen for Core Retroflow to get this win. It just looks like they're not quite on the same page, or even if they are on the same page, Palafins, they're just kind of, forcing them off the same page, if that makes sense, right? Like,
Yeah.
the pressure of the Estelle and the FINII is just too intense, and if they ever ignore them for a second, then Snake, the X, just comes in and just kind of cleans up shop, right? As we're seeing right here, gets the top air, uses the flip to keep it in for now. The X Maximus not going to be doing too much, but Youalreadylose keeps it forward with that FINII ult, the Gravity Well. Streak keeping it forward for now. Vaughn going to be playing a little bit of goalie until Youalreadylose comes back. And it's only a matter of time before this goes in, but not unless Leo has something to say about it. The Rasmus keeping it forward for now, but Vaughn has to slip in that top corner into the primary, the beam, getting it there. And really absolutely nothing Streak could do in that moment because the Youalreadylose had the FINII secondary layered up behind it.
Yeah, just a really tough situation, like you're saying before. I mean, they forced them into a different book at this point. Everything you knew about strikers for a moment ago is kind of out the window as we have FINII as your goalie on Oni Village, and Snake, which would normally be sort of laughable here on Oni Village, is kind of putting in a lot of work because Vaughn, the Estelle, which is actually still a god pick, is just giving the ball, putting it right in Snake's pocket every single time. And I mean, when the ball is kind of lingering on X, that's certainly his best situation, making it really difficult for Streak. I mean, they're just always in position to get kills. They're always in position for this power play. Leon has no health once again. X super good at confirming kills. Vaughn helping it out. And I mean, like I was saying, FINII could be good on the bigger maps, mostly because of the core control aspect, but they're killing so much where I'm actually,
It's
I hate
mainly
to
the
say
damage,
it.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's the damage that's really doing it, but I thought she would be like core controlling at a long range.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of is. She's not doing it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And, I mean, speaking of ranges, Snake at short range is a little scary as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not much else to say here, everybody. Placeholder Palafins securing their grand final spot, so congratulations to them. Sad Boys with Snake.
Good team.
I mean, good team.
Good
There's not really much else to say, but shout out to Core Retroflow. They already secured top 3, so they're going to be going down to that losers finals, which we'll see. We don't really know who they're going to be playing up next. We have a couple losers games for you guys in a little bit to see who they'll be playing in order to rematch. Maybe get the rematch in that grand finals, or maybe we'll see. Who knows? Is it EKC? Is it Oshi? I don't even know who's still in it at this point, but we still have a couple teams in that losers bracket that are going to be trying to battle to get the spot to join Placeholder Palafins in the grands.
Absolutely, dude. I'm sure they would love to get this rematch here and maybe get a big old strategy adjustment as they get up from their chairs, do a little bit of a reconvening here. But they're going to have to talk about this because, I mean, it was... while I think that Placeholder Palafins still kind of outplayed them in ball control, they didn't have a chance to really have ball control back because they were dead every game the whole time.
Over and over again. I mean, it's really hard when you have and X just sitting on top of you, and you're always FINII debuffed as well, and Youalreadylose just having the time of his life running around in his little sneakers.
FINII gets to have so much fun.
Around, right? Had so much fun sneaking around, debuffing everyone, running in front of you with the maximum move speed on the mobility boots.
Yeah.
It actually looked really fun to play that.
It
did.
I'm actually surprised he picked bomb boots because, like, well,
I'm not. That's the pick. I'm telling you right now.
It's better over strike shot?
100%. So you don't really need strike shot because your card already has like max range. And so you don't really need the extra range for the card. And then the strike shot itself, as long as you're positioning correctly with the mobility boots, I think it's more valuable because then you can run in front of the brawler and strike first. Whereas strike shot, if the brawler is good, like say it's like Julie or an X or Erasmus, they can just stand in front of the core, so you can't actually strike shot it away.
Yeah, I guess. I guess the run in front of the brawler argument probably does it for me.
Yeah.
I still have to like
mobility boots is better than people I think would say, and also it allows you as FINII to run forward and put the ult down, right? Because that's where the ult shines. I guess the FINII ult's really good if you can put it on top of barriers. You can put it on offensively. Whereas strike shot doesn't increase the range of that. It doesn't increase the range of putting down that FINII ult. Whereas you could just run up, put it down, run back, and you're so fast that it's not actually going to matter. You're not going to get caught out most of the time with the mobility boots, right? So
yeah,
that's what I think.
I mean, it's interesting. Maybe because like I don't know. There's some situations where I feel like the opposing forward is kind of standing on you a lot, where Mom Boots gets turned off basically like almost the whole game. And if you're against Kazan or something like that, or Zentaro and he's just hitting you a lot, then I'm pretty happy to have strike shot. I mean, there are situations where you could kind of like move to midfield, strike shot, cardinal directions up and down, and that kind of like also feels like you're using mobility boots in that situation. But I don't know. It definitely could use a little bit more testing here. I always pick strike shot FINII, so maybe I should be the one testing Mom Boots a little bit.
Hey, it's definitely not bad. Strike shot FINII's not bad at all. Like, it's good. However, I think a lot currently of the high elo players, a lot of the really, really good players that have been picking the FINII or have been testing it out, I get the whispers, so you speak, in the chats have been Mom Boots FINII. So I definitely recommend you should try it. It's fun. It's definitely a really fun pick. If anything, it's really enjoyable to play.
I will say though, like confirming kills with like primary strike shot though is
100%.
Like
I mean, if you have like a full damage comp, it's not even gonna matter at that point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's literally not even gonna matter. But
nice win.
Good work, Vaughn. Yeah,
that was crazy.
We're curious about it, so we were curious about it. If it was like a real pit, you want to?
I kind of want to hear.
We have a special guest, Vaughn.
Vaughn's gonna hit it.
So we're going to scoot over. Vaughn's going to slide in here and tell us about a little bit of an insight on what happened that game while we wait on just an update for those at home. The losers side quarterfinals right now are actually both 1-1 in the BO3. So we're waiting on those games to be over before we get on here. So we have a little bit of
here we go. Yeah, get on in here.
Yeah, you got your third one there.
Yes, it's yesterday. This
actually
different
was
order.
the yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I wanted to ask you later if the FINII was like you wanted to do it for fun, or was it like you think it actually has a good chance on that map? Like, is that decent? Or a mix, I guess.
Well, I know it's been picking up popularity for us. I think before its buff, it was already fine. Let me just get that up. 5 movement speed did not. There's no like new FINII. But we think that Caleb is an absolute freak at every goalie that has a ranged primary.
That's true.
So he and I have been playing it a lot. We've both been playing it. Like he plays in scrims, and then I played like an in-house in solo queue because that's how we try to like process like if we think a pick is good or not. And we're both like, this feels good. Like Zoom. And so we never played on Oni before, but we've been picking it a lot as the day went on. Like we've played it. I don't think he's played a single game of Amy. It's all been Estelle and FINII. It just makes it so like we have a really good pick for him that no one's gonna like contest easily, except for Bozo Bunch did. And we think it's really good. I think with Mom Boots, like when he was fully stacked, he had over 700 movement speed, like base.
That's insane.
So he was like, I think I really want to try it. Let's run Oni Village. And I like thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I mean the zone control with the secondary, you know, you take out the speed zone. It made sense conceptually.
That's what I think. It conceptually, FINII is good at the big maps for the range.
And you just need to have someone who's like really disciplined with just their strikes when they're just chucking their abilities down, which of course he's probably the best at. Let's be clear on that. So that was definitely like a very serious pick because we respect those guys a lot. We did not mess around No for fun picks. Like it was kind of funny. We went to our conversation. We went to the old maps.
Oh
and
yeah, yeah. That's what I was saying.
That's what-
Yeah, you were saying.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, they literally did it.
Yeah.
You let him go on the old map.
Yeah.
Took it to him.
I thought it was fun. So yeah, the FINII was real. So that was a lot of fun. You'll probably see it maybe again in Grants.
Well, I'm excited.
What about the
because,
snake
you know,
or the X?
the X?
Okay,
Yeah, what about
low
the X?
key.
Why didn't you
Okay,
pick
the X is not.
Stellarasmus?
The X is not real.
Okay.
Why didn't you just pick a Stellarasmus?
Okay,
What's
because
that?
I looked my bro in the eyes. I said, "Which one are you more comfortable on?" And he said, "I'm more comfortable on X." And I said, "We'll get you the ball.
Okay.
Just go punch them."
It worked.
That's
Tim.
it,
I mean,
literally.
yeah, he had a lot of pressure. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't bother. The thing about playing with Snake is he doesn't try to force the barrier down if he can. He'll
He
just
just
like
hit
run around
people.
midfield and
Yeah.
hit people,
Hmm.
which is like completely valid because then it's my job with my goalie to just make sure that we give him the time to do that. And then like I would just blink on someone for fun, even if I couldn't kill them, just so they don't regen stagger.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Right.
I don't. We're just playing hot potato because the points went long, but they didn't feel out of control like some Oni Village games. It was just like, okay, like it's your move now. Now it's
Right.
our move. So I think X is not very real, but
Okay.
I mean it's one of his better characters and it's a size start, so I'll just give him whatever
Yeah.
he wants. Comfort always king.
I did say I think on Might Start with the FINII, maybe it has like some place just because they're always debuffed and the X is
Yeah.
just sitting on you. It's super annoying.
It looks annoying to play
Like,
against.
It looks super annoying to play against. So I mean, maybe just for that factor alone, it'd be okay.
Yeah,
Still think the Rasmus is probably the best pick.
I think so too.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
oh,
think
yeah.
we're in there in that pick. I literally said I was like, I wonder how they're gonna do it here. Okay, they picked the Kai. I was
You're like, whoa, what's going on?
They picked the Kai here. I was like, okay, Elos definitely needs to pick the Kai here
Yeah.
because the Jakar did not look.
I think
great
it
last
worked.
Time.
I think it worked.
It did.
Yeah. Did you talk about when you were on cast or did you not?
Oh, I said I waited.
Thank you.
waited,
But then
yeah.
our
I did talk about what I saw. I'll say that.
I
much,
see.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it worked.
But yeah,
I think it
I
definitely
literally
worked.
did say that it was. I did think that if
the
they
three
picked the
characters?
Rasmus first. So so here's what I thought the draft was going to.
Yeah, they pick Rasmus, we take the 2.
Exactly, yeah.
we hope
So-
they fell into that trap too.
I was like, you ban both brawlers, and now Rasmus is like the best
and then
brawler.
they're like,
now.
oh, we have to get
yeah,
it.
and they
Yeah.
pick Rasmus. Then you can
Yeah.
just pick the Kai Stell and flex it again,
Exactly.
and then now they don't have a good midfielder, and you're screwed.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't fall into that trap.
Yeah, it was funny
Yeah.
because after game 1, Leo went like, "Bro, I thought we already did this at CCC with Corey. Don't pinch my 2 trick." Like, so
Oh man.
it all worked out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all worked out. So congrats on
Thanks.
the Grands.
Yeah.
Once again, safely in Grands. Get to relax for a little
do
while.
my best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go enjoy some time with.
Can you talk to me 2 seconds
Yeah.
about Mom Boots versus Strike Shot Finny there?
Yes, I actually will.
That's what I want to know.
Okay, real quick, and then we'll cut to a break.
Yeah.
I think Mom Boots FINII is. I mean, she has the same amount of speed as Kai and Octavia, right?
Yeah.
And so the thing is even though Strike Shot is, in my opinion, it has its uses, like especially if you're against a comp that like hard stuffs it in. Like I want to Strike Shot a ball away from an Asher barreling down at me,
Yeah.
more so than I do on a Rasmus. Like if you look at Rasmus and Kai, they're fast, and so they're going to get around you. So then the logic is like, okay, if I have 700 base movement speed and I'm denying speed trainings from them, like he's all over. He was just moving around,
was
no
zooming.
dancer, and so it's like he can cover so much surface area. It's more offensive and it can be punished a bit harder compared to Strike Shot, where you can really bunker down and like cut passes and stuff. So I think they both have their validity, but I think Mom Boots has a bit like higher ceiling, especially because she doesn't need any of the Strike Shot. Like her primarity goes
Yeah.
far
You
enough,
don't need the range.
and she has a great anti-stuffing tool with her primary. So I think the goal is you just constantly zoom around. You can cover a side you miss with your secondary, and then you go from there. And then you always have your like ults if you need to call
and
something
that was
else.
something I said too. Is that with the Mom Boots, with Strike Shot, you're not increasing the ult range.
Yeah.
Whereas with Mom Boots, you can actually run
Yeah, you
forward,
just
put the ult
whip
down,
around.
and then walk
Yeah.
back, and
Okay.
you're not going to
Yeah.
get punished, right? So,
So
hey, FINII,
Cool.
real pick, guys. Hey, pick it in your solo queue games, just not when I'm on your team,
X
please.
2. X
Yeah.
Oni Village. Pick X Oni
Don't
Village.
do that.
yeah, don't do that. Don't do that one
Do not do
either.
I mean, you just
Please.
saw it.
But yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, Vaughn.
Yep.
And then,
guys.
anything else, Samby, before we get out of here? We'll take a little break, C's. We got to get some losers run games. We'll be back to you in a little bit with losers semifinals. So just don't, maybe go get some water, go to the bathroom real quick. We're not going to be too long. Maybe like a good 10, maybe 15 minutes at most. That's not a promise. That's just an estimate. But
10 minutes.
That's fact.
we'll give it 10 minutes. Yeah, we'll be back soon. Probably with some different casters. Gonna grab some chicken. That might be the move.
Get some
Grab a little
chicken.
bit
Or
of chicken.
sign off.
I gotta grab Saya some chicken.
Yeah,
and we're
yeah.
gonna sign off.
All right, let's get out of
Yeah,
here.
all right,
You guys
thank
have a
you.
good one. See ya.